Welcome, everyone, to episode 14 of Boom Mike Banter. I am Nick. Follow with me today is a guest that I've had on before. I am so fucking ecstatic that I can have him on again. It's been too fucking long since we caught up, and that guest today is Jeremy. Jeremy, what the fuck's going on?
How's it going?
Pretty good, my dude. We we kind of made the pseudo mistake of catching up for too long beforehand. We got a little bit sauced. So yeah, we're just doing that. this one's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Is the best way that I can describe it. So yes, we talked a lot about personal shit before we started recording, obviously, and we're not gonna get into that. So obviously it's personal, but some fucking events are happening. It kind of worked good timing because San Diego Comic-Con's going on.
Yep.
It's pretty fucking great. Anything? I have a couple things, but anything for you that at least already has happened that like super jumped out? Anything that you were like, holy fuck with?
I don't know if there's anything that super surprised me. I mean, a lot of the pops that got released some of them were cool, some of them were meh.
Yeah, the only one that I picked up was the Treehouse of Horror, the double pack one. And I haven't bought a pop probably in like 6 months, but that was the only one. I have
not bought a pop in forever.
There you go. See?
Last one I bought was Timon and Pumbaa.
Damn, son.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Did you see that new Lion King movie?
I'm seeing it Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard it was very iffy.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it was very iffy. Just letting you know.
Great.
Yep.
That makes me sad.
I don't know, man. How do you feel about those Disney, like, I think personally, and it hurts my soul to say this, I just think Disney's just trying to make a really stupid quick profit out of a lot of Disney properties, because even like Mulan's coming out, it doesn't even have Mushu in it.
Yeah,
they're not even doing the cricket. Like, there's not even any.
Well, here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, none of the animated movie directors are directing the live action movies.
Of course.
And the live action movies have not ever been said by Disney that they are a remake.
Yes, that is true.
They're a reimagining or retelling of a story with the same name. Mm-hmm. So Dumbo was slightly different.
Yes.
Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass were completely different.
Well, that's mostly because of Tim Burton.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still supposedly a live action remake of the same movie. Mm-hmm. So going into these things, I don't expect... And the Jungle Book too. That was crazy. It was so different.
That one I'd say was good though.
It was really good,
yes.
And that's also the same director. It's Jon Favreau, or Favreau, however you say that.
Favreau, yeah. Even though it's spelled totally different, but yeah.
But I don't know. I go into them with an open mind. Like, I don't go into them thinking, "Oh man, I'm gonna go see the same story again, just with either real people or super animation." Like, you know, when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, I didn't think it was gonna be the same thing as Spider-Man. And when Spider-Man Homecoming came out, I didn't think it'd be the other two. It's new cast, new directors, and the same thing with, like, the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, I didn't expect that to be the same as the old Batman movies.
Yeah, that is.
You know, it's true. All like everybody's expecting it to be. Oh man, they're just remaking my favorite movie. They're not remaking.
I mean, the thing though is, like, I feel like I totally agree with you in that sentiment, like 100%. But I do feel like Disney's almost trying to pitch it that way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that.
I think so.
In most cases, though, you're 100% right. Like, I feel like when when old IPs get reintroduced, absolutely, it's like, hey, we're bringing back the same title, but and maybe some of the characters are the same, but the direction that we're going to go is going to be completely different.
I think the reason they're trying to do what they're doing is treating it like a remake is that it brings in people that want the nostalgia while also introducing it to a new audience. Like, for example, with The Lion King, there's that meme of James Franco being hanged, and it says, me watching Mufasa die in live action HD, looking to the 6-year-old next to me. It's your first time, kid. Mm-hmm. It's like the same exact thing. So I'm not going into it expecting it to be the same thing. Like, I'm not expecting Scar to sing his song, and I'm not expecting the hyenas to be crazy and have the hyena that laughs. I'm not expecting any of that. Yeah. Like, I'm honestly, I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I am slightly surprised that Hakuna Matata is even in the movie. Like,
oh, they have to. It's a staple.
Yeah, but at the same time, like...
But Jeremy, it means no worries.
They're not... You know, they don't have to do the same songs to make it work. Like, how many times has The Jungle Book been retold? And The Jungle Book by Disney came out at the same time Netflix did Mowgli, which was the same thing, the same characters, different director, different story.
That is very true.
And then The Legend of Tarzan came out, which was a completely new take on Tarzan.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tarzan's gotten so many...
Right. Well, same with the Jungle
weird
Book.
iterations.
And I said this on Facebook, too. Nothing that Disney has ever created has been original.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nothing.
It's
It's all...
I mean, first of all, Lion King is Hamlet.
Right.
Like, just right out the gate. Lion King is Hamlet.
And Mulan is a 17th century, like, folktale.
Yeah.
So, for them to not have Mushu or the cricket or whatever, like, I don't care.
I don't know, man. Vibes with me too strongly.
But see, it's not, like, to me, if I want to see Mushu and the cricket, like, I'll go watch the animated movie. If I want to see what they're going to put out, I'll see what they're going to put out. If I hate it, I hate it.
Yeah,
you know?
I just think my thing with it is, like, I think just looking at Mulan at least. Because, like, at least with Lion King, like, hold on. Like, let's go back to Lion King for a second. Lion King, I'm totally down with. Like, exactly like you said. Like, is there one hyena that's laughing the entire time? No. But I feel like it has the same tempo and theme of what it's doing. Mulan feels totally different.
Right.
Mulan is going, like, way more serious.
But again, keep in mind, the director and the writer are really the people that get to do that, and then Disney approves it. Just like with Spider-Man Far From Home. Like, the director, I don't remember his name, John Watts, I think that's the director. Kyle's going to shoot me.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
But he came in and he said, I wrote this movie. I set this movie up. I'm the one that picked the post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel and Disney approved it and were like, yeah, this is great. This fits. This is cool. Mm-hmm. So they write their own stories and mold it around it, which is why the Jungle Book was able to be so different. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Like, Louis was fucking 28 feet tall, 29, 30 feet tall. Like, he wasn't like that in the cartoon.
Yeah, that is true. That's definitely true.
But keep in mind, too, think of the Spider-Man PS4 game. We were talking about that before we did this.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man. It's a completely new take on Spider-Man, where everything's different.
Yep. But I just made that post about, but it pays a lot of homage to it.
Right, and people still loved it. Yep. So as long as Mulan still has the same main character, the same general story of what she's doing, it's gonna be Mulan. It's just not.
Oh, definitely.
Mulan.
My thing is this: like, I'm not against them doing a new direction. I just want them to take enough time to make it good.
Right, and I think they will.
God, I fucking hope so. That's what I want to say. I really fucking hope so.
Now, this is also coming from the same same person who will gripe and fight and go all crazy when Marvel doesn't stick to the comics when they make the movies.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want to rehash a bunch of shit because on the last episode I had Nelson on and we just went ham on fucking Spider-Man the entire time. But no, listen, I totally agree. I think that's I think it's a tough line to walk, but I think Disney has Disney fucking owns everything at this point. Like, they have so much swaying power and they have so much money behind these projects. Because that's the thing, like, when you look at them, it looks like they took the time and effort, at least, especially from the animation studios and stuff. But man, like, sometimes when you fucking see those scripts and shit, and like, even if they're trying to go in a new direction, I get it, but like, goddamn, if like you don't know what the fuck you're doing, bitch, you just have to copy and paste a couple. Like, it's not that hard. Like, like, especially if you already have the material. Like, I get if you're trying to make a totally new IP. Oh my god, that's super intimidating.
But and the other thing too is you have to keep in mind it's the actors portraying it. Yeah. The only actor that's the same is James Earl Jones.
Yes, that is very true.
In the trailer, now I've not seen the movie yet. In the trailer, it sounds like Beyonce can't act to save her fucking life. So
that's savage, Sharon.
Well, I'm just
fucking savage.
She sounds like she's reading off a piece of paper.
She's never voiced. Well, she's voiced acted, I think, like once before.
Right. So
maybe twice.
But for her to have a major role in a Disney movie,
it's Beyonce. The girl can sing. That's why she's on it.
Yeah, well,
that's why she's on.
Whatever.
That's why it's her and Gambino, because they can both sing.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna take a completely different take on Simba.
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen's gonna be a completely different Pumbaa.
Yeah.
So we just gotta take it for what it is.
It'll be very, very interesting. Well, at some point, definitely let me know what you think of it when you see it.
I've seen it Sunday at 7.
There you go. But, so anyway, Jesus Christ, we got on a tangent.
We do that.
Yeah, jeez. But yeah, no, like, with Comic-Con, there wasn't really, I definitely agree this year, like, some years have, like, oh my god, like, complete jaw-dropping, and we're not done with it yet.
And how many people dropped out?
That is very true.
Warner Brothers isn't there at all.
Yep. This year's been so weird with companies dipping out of major events. Like, Warner Brothers.
Sony dipping out of E3.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
And Warner Brothers isn't at. Well, I mean, But let's be real. Does Warner Brothers really have anything to talk about?
Yeah, but they should.
They
That's
should.
the problem.
But
They
well,
should
yeah,
have
but,
something to talk
but
about.
Marvel dipped out of Hall H last year.
Yeah, but that's also like they had a mulligan because we knew we were getting Endgame.
Right.
We knew we were getting Infinity War.
Well, we know what
Endgame.
we're getting with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
We're getting Joker. We're getting Birds of Prey. We're eventually getting Suicide Squad 2.
But see, all that stuff
Wonder Woman 1984.
I need a 5-second extra teaser. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
It's like so easy for them to just
Yeah,
put that shit
but
out.
they're going to go and pull an EA, and they're going to do something after Comic-Con that's their own thing on the side that doesn't affect the actual Comic-Con schedule. You know, they're going to do their own thing.
Yeah, it's very true. Very, very true. Yeah, it's a fucking.
Whereas
crap
Marvel's going to tell us for the first time tomorrow what really is going on, which we know some of what's going on.
I hope. Yeah, I want to get. I mean, like they already told us the Phase 4 at least like dossier kind of, right?
Well, they told us a couple.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have everything.
Yeah,
but
we know Black Widow,
Yeah.
which
is definitely a prequel.
Well, yeah, we don't know Black Widow though because we
Yeah.
know it's a thing and we know it's being written and we know it's being shot.
Mhm.
They're shooting it already, but I mean, you know, they're notorious for guiding us in the wrong direction. But Scarlett Johansson is talking about how it's not what we think it is. That it's a completely different thing, and
I think
there's rumors of another girl in this that is being set up to be the next Black Widow, which I don't remember what her name is. She's the second Black Widow in the comics. But I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
At all. And then there's the Eternals.
Yes,
And the Eternals, we
huge.
know some of those cast members already. Like
Yes.
Angelina Jolie and Millie Bobby Brown is being talked about it.
That would be cool. That'd be really dope.
But that's the first one I'm going to consider a stretch.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
people went to see Guardians,
Mm-hmm.
and Marvel fanatics will go see the Eternals.
Yes.
But is the Eternals really going to bring in as much money as they think it's going to?
Oh, well, they're gonna need star power.
Right.
That's why we're gonna see.
That's why we're seeing
Millie
Angelina
Bobby Brown,
Jolie
and we'll see a lot of big names. I mean, that was the same thing like with Guardians. Like Guardians, not a lot of people would hear that and think, "Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, I love it." No,
Yeah.
it's because you had a bunch of fucking
Chris
people.
Pratt. And
Chris Pratt was 100%, and
Bradley
plus,
Cooper is Rocket. And
Yep,
Vin Diesel. And,
exactly, and plus the way even the trailer was designed,
right.
it was way more eye-catching than just like a superhero bombastic movie. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
It had 80s music and lots of color
Yep.
and space. And
I mean, James Gunn killed it with it.
Yeah.
Just bottom line. The man knows how
Which,
to make amazing
that's
movies.
another movie we know is coming.
Yes.
We don't know when, but we know Guardians 3 is coming because now
And-
he's back to do it.
Yep.
So we
he
know
is
that's a
confirmed
thing.
for it. Thank God.
And
Thank God.
We know that Thor 4 is a thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
Same director too.
Yep, that's
Yep.
a recent discovery.
Yes.
And we knew that Black Panther 2 was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
we know that it's the same director. It's Ryan Coogler. So we know that's happening. I think that's all that we know.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the stuff.
Oh, and
guaranteed.
Doctor Strange 2.
Oh well, yeah.
We know that.
All the essentially all the Phase 2 stuff is getting sequels.
Yeah, Phase 2 and Phase 3.
Yeah. Phase 2 into 3.
Um,
yeah, sorry.
Ant-Man, I guess Ant-Man's getting a third movie. I would
Third
assume.
movie. Yep.
But then, what's Kung Fu movie? What's the kid's name?
You're not talking about Iron Fist.
No. I don't remember his name.
Kung Fu movie.
He's a martial artist superhero.
It's not Iron Fist.
No, it's Shao something.
I don't know. Who you're talking about.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
I know it's a thing.
Do that Google thing.
Yeah, I know it's a thing.
Is that going to be a movie?
Yes.
They're not doing it as like a series or something?
No.
Huh.
Shang-Chi.
I don't know who the fuck that is. What?
Okay. So, Shang-Chi is... Do you know the Marvel villain Fu Manchu?
Yes.
Okay. Shang-Chi is the hero that fights Fu Manchu.
They're fucking stretching now.
That, he's coming.
Okay.
That's a movie that they've already talked about is in development. Now,
Interesting.
I'm assuming it's a movie. They have not said it's a movie. They just said that they're working on it.
If I was a betting man, I'd say part of the new Marvel streaming service.
I'm wondering that. But I'm also wondering if, because Iron Fist didn't do so well on Netflix, if they're going to do another martial arts movie that way, or if they're going to put it on the big screen. Now, he does have a lot to do with the Avengers.
Yeah. Yes.
And he has a lot to do with forming the new Avengers.
I know, but I don't know.
Because he's essentially what Jarvis is intelligence-wise.
Listen, man, I've already given this specific actor... personally, I think this actor is going to be Adam Warlock. But if they were going to give... They're going to have to give, like, a major star power to somebody like that to get anybody interested. And that person would have to be, like... especially martial artists, it would have to be, like, Keanu Reeves.
Well...
Or fucking, like, Jet Li or some shit.
I'm pretty sure he's going to wind up being Adam Warlock.
I think he's going to be Adam Warlock. I think it's going to be the best Adam Warlock of all time.
The latest rumor that I saw is he's going to be...
You can do it, I believe in you.
What's Nova... Nova.
The Nova Corps?
Yeah, but there's Nova, and there's Richard as Nova. Who's the other one? Who's the old one?
Oh, fuck. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
That's the latest rumor, that he's going to be old Nova. Like the one that we know from the comics from years ago when Nova first started. And then the new Nova, Richard, is going to be who we see out.
Huh.
And he'll be the Nova that they do the movie with. Just kind of like they did... with Hank Pym and Scott Lang.
Yeah, that makes
sense. The same way.
That's very interesting.
Which, if they do Nova, which is rumored to be on the slate, I don't know how they're going to do Nova, since apparently Thanos blew up Xandar.
Fuck, man. I mean, yeah, the minute I heard that,
But that's why I'm thinking they're going to be able to do Nova, because Nova's now nobody.
Yeah.
Nova's not tied to anything.
God, I love Nova. The comics are fucking awesome. I think Nova's such a cool character. The fact, I mean, like, I don't know how I feel about it, because Marvel turned, but I don't think they're going to do Nova now. Only because, here's the biggest reason I say that. Because now, that is what Captain Marvel is.
Essentially.
They turned Captain Marvel into Nova. She does literally what Nova does. Travel around the galaxy, doing galaxy patrol shit.
Right.
Almost like she's in the Nova Corps, but she's just one woman Superman.
Right.
Just saving the fucking universe.
But...
which I'm not against, but
if they do Guardians 3, and they do Thor 4...
yes.
And they do Thor after Guardians, and Nova's introduced in Guardians, he could either stay as a Guardian, or he could be the next buddy for Thor's buddy cop movie.
Well, I was going to say, and plus, I mean, what was it, Guardians 2 already did show off, like, that the Nova Corps at least exists in the Marvel Universe. They did already confirm that, so... yeah, they
but for Shang-Chi, like, he's got to be... that has to be a young actor. He's, like... mid-20s.
Well, and especially if they're going to set up something long-term.
Right, so it's got to be somebody younger. And then the latest rumor is that they're talking to Donnie Yen.
Really?
Yep. Not for Shang-Chi, though. That they're just talking to him. He's in talks. Him and Keanu Reeves are two actors that they're reportedly rumored in talks with.
Yeah, Keanu, I keep hearing they keep trying to lock him down and something.
Who do you think Donnie Yen would be the perfect actor to play this character? What character do you think he'd be the perfect actor for? Because I have one in my head that everybody would probably disagree with at first.
Who's the one you're thinking of?
Namor.
Oh. Ooh.
All this shit in Atlantis is just like, alright, fuck you guys, we gotta come up.
Well, you know they're doing Namor.
Yeah.
You know they're doing Namor because of the throwaway line they said in Endgame.
Right, about
the earthquakes
underground.
Yep,
yeah, or
underwater.
Now,
we deal with them by not dealing with them.
Namor was Fox.
Yeah.
So that'll be the first property that comes over from them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also still think they should do Fantastic Four at some point, but...
well, everybody...
we just need a good Fantastic Four.
Everybody's talking about how Thor... oh, and Spider-Man 3 is also another one, too, that's coming,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's talking about how Thor 4 is supposed to... there's a rumor that that's going to be what introduces the Fantastic Four. Because it's the first movie that's a 4. So why not make it introduce Fantastic Four? I'm like, that's dumb.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's completely dumb.
I disagree with that.
Like, the only way that I could see that happening is if Thor causes whatever celestial event causes them to get power.
That's if Thor comes even back to Earth.
Yeah.
By them, which I don't think is going to happen.
Right, and if they're doing... I mean, they're doing Thor 4, so obviously James Gunn... and I can't say the director.
I know who you're... we know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
we know who you're talking about.
They're going to have to talk. Because Thor left with the Guardians at the end of Endgame. So...
yeah, he definitely did his thing.
But,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I love fucking Marvel to death, but yeah, I'm very nervous.
Well, there's also rumors that they're doing 3 iterations of the Avengers within the next 3 phases.
I know.
But they're also talking about how they're not going to have one villain that spans a decade this time. They're not going to have a villain that spans 3 phases. They're going to have a villain per phase. And they're already talking about villains such as Doctor Doom and
would
Galactus.
be amazing.
Doom would be great.
But I will say this right now, you cannot have Galactus without Fantastic Four.
Right.
You can't, like, if they
Or
do
Silver
that...
Surfer.
Yeah. If they do that, they're fucking everything up.
Yep. I also read a rumor, too...
I'll fight them with every tooth and nail.
That Kraven the Hunter
Ooh.
is going to be the main enemy
I have heard that.
For 3, because they're setting up the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Well, Scorpion's already there.
Yep.
Vulture's not dead. Shocker already exists.
Wait, Scorpion? Do you mean Vulture?
What did I say?
Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion's there already.
Where?
Scorpion's... Okay, so in the first movie...
Yes.
There's the dude, the drug dude.
Yes.
And then he goes to prison.
Yes. Because that's in the post-credit scene,
right.
too. Yes.
Yeah, so Scorpion's already there. Vulture's not dead, so Vulture's there.
Yep.
And he's going to want revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker's already there.
Yeah.
Mysterio's already there. So if they bring in Kraven, they only need one more.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't introduced the Osborns yet. So Green Goblin was never technically a Sinister Six, but do you know who we have not seen in the universe yet?
We haven't seen so many people.
We haven't seen Hobgoblin yet.
I know. Don't get me started on Spider-Man. Spider-Man hurts me right now, man. I'm in a fragile place with Spider-Man.
Did you not like Far From Home?
I didn't.
Really?
I don't want to...
I know you already talked. I gotta go back and listen to it.
I know. Yeah, please, honest to God, like, I hate doing this even in the middle of a podcast because it sounds like such a shit shameless plug.
Go back and listen to the
Go back, please. Yeah. It's literally, like, there's so many facets and I don't want to rehash so many things. But here's the thing. As the cinematic universe, I think it's great.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, hold on. I do not think the movie was bad. Objectively, 100%. I honest to God, if I had to rate the movie out of 10 overall, I would say just watching the movie as just a consumer of watching movies, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. As a Marvel movie, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
as a Spider-Man movie, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. Because the problem that I had with it was, and just really quick, not to like super rant, the problem that I had with it was there was like the Mysterio moment's the best part.
Yeah.
The Mysterio fucking like the reveal and on top of it, the dream sequence was amazing. Or the,
illusion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that whole sequence was the creme de la creme. But they put Spider-Man, what I thought originally, they put Spider-Man in the cinematic universe at what I thought was the best time. Because when we first saw him in Civil War, it was amazing. He said Tom Holland was the best Spider-Man I personally ever saw in Civil War. And I feel like ever since then, we have just kept missing the mark by just enough where I can notice it every time I'm watching it. On Homecoming and on Far From Home. And it's not necessarily the actor. It's not what Marvel's even saying. It's just the problem is like they already had a fucking galactic situation and they're trying to put Spider-Man back on a more grounded setup, but then they're also not, because they're also dealing with world events all the time.
Right.
It's weird. Like, Marvel, in my opinion, Marvel just needs to pick a lane with what they actually want to do with Spider-Man. Do they want him to be the next Tony Stark?
They do. That's the point.
But you see what I'm saying, though? But, like, then he's going to be essentially the second pillar of the Avengers, next to Captain America being... Falcon. Oh my god, I almost said fucking Hawkeye like an idiot. With Falcon and I love those two actors as well. Like their dynamics would be fucking amazing. They're so funny. Speaking of the Comic-Con stuff, they fucking oh my god, the interviews they have at the fucking Comic-Con panels are so funny. So like
I love every interview that Tom Holland has with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Exactly.
Because I love the one where he was just like, I mean, I really wanted Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I guess I'll work with Jake Gyllenhaal.
So
he's just dying.
So
he knows he's busting his ass.
It's so good. Yeah. But yeah, so like that concept I get, but then like at the same time it's like, so what the fuck? Like are we ever gonna get then like an actual homebound struggles dealing with Spider-Man? But we're already not now because
I think that's what 3 is setting up, or 2 set up for 3 because of Jameson. And the reason I think we did 2 the way we did it didn't have to be in London. But
Okay.
I think the reason they did it the way they did it was because we need to go from the biggest grand scale battle ever to something that still makes Spider-Man important.
I agree.
But he has to challenge that. And that's why it was the way it was.
So here's the thing. I completely agree with what you just said. But going 10 seconds later into the J. Jonah Jameson scene ruins it. And here's the biggest reason why. We're not going to get any struggle anymore because not just MJ. I keep fucking that up. I fucked that up in the last podcast. I fucked up in this one. Not just MJ knows who Spider-Man is.
Now everybody does.
Everybody knows who the fuck Spider-Man is, which is so... That I was so happy seeing goddamn J. Jonah. I was so happy, and then the minute they said his identity, I was like, they just ruined what could have been such a good ongoing thing. They cut it so quickly now. Like, even if the third movie is hypothetically like, oh, people don't know, it's only a conspiracy, like, you know, like, what the fuck is happening? But it's they're gonna put him out there because, I mean, like, they're literally setting up to be the next Iron Man.
That, but they're also going Ultimate Spider-Man.
I know, but...
And that's a marketing issue.
Yes.
Because that's the most... I don't want to say most recent, but that's the most recent big arc
iteration.
That people recognize.
Iteration.
That people recognize. And in Ultimate Spider-Man, for a brief period of time, towards the end of it, people knew who he was.
I know, but I don't jive with it though. I don't jive. It's just like I said. Please listen to it. I really do throw a whole fucking dossier at it and take it apart because, like I said, and I mean, Spider-Man is personally my favorite superhero of all time, and I just want all I still want to this day is, and what it could be animated too. I don't want this to get twisted.
Go ahead.
Oh no, all I want is just a proper Spider-Man, and it doesn't have to be just in one movie. I want this to develop over a series, but I just want the original iteration to just be told in its proper development. And I'm not trying to sound fucked up with this. The closest that we ever got, I know this might sound completely insane, but the closest we ever got was the 90s TV show. And
yes.
did it age well? No. Like, you watch stuff now and you're like, yikes, like, of how stuff looks. And Spider-Man doesn't even fight as much as you used to think Spider-Man fought. Like, in the first, I think, after rewatching it, I was talking to a buddy of mine, I think after watching the first 15 episodes, I think Spider-Man actually only gets into a fight once. And he throws literally 2 punches. That's it. It's fucking mind-blowing when you think about that. But all I want is properly just the Spider-Man, one major portion of it is the big love triangle. And I just want Spider-Man to date Gwen Stacy first and meet her and have that develop. And then literally they break up. And they'll get back together even later after that, but that's not important. And then Peter have a heartbreaking moment and then meet, like, fucking Mary Jane.
Well...
And then have a love triangle. That's all I want! And then also local homegrown problems. I want Peter to pay rent. I want Peter to be a fucking photographer. I want him to be low on money.
Well, that's what I'm upset about. He doesn't work for the Daily Bugle. That's my biggest gripe.
And here's the thing, too. He also doesn't need to be a photographer. I don't care. Like, you want to make it new, even though this would kill me. You want to make it new, have him be a blogger or some shit. Yeah. I don't fucking care. Have him work a job and bust his ass. My biggest thing that I have, and god damn it, I want to rant about this, Jeremy. the major crux of the issue, and you still should listen to it. The major crux of the issue that I have with the Spider-Man is because he's essentially disciple of Tony Stark so early, the kid got handed the biggest silver spoon in high school. We haven't even seen the kid deal with college. We haven't seen the kid be an adult, and he has so much. He's a fucking private jet before he's even graduated. Like,
that is setting it up for the future.
It's Iron Man.
I mean, look at how he acted in this movie, where he didn't want this thing already, and he gave it to the bad guy because he's not using his head. That's going to be the theme. But I know damn well that they're going to switch things up. They're going to do things the way that they're going to do how they want, and Gwen Stacy's going to show up. But she's going to be Spider-Gwen.
No.
And Miles is going to show up.
I think
Miles
is definitely showing.
That's why Peter Parker is now... This is my theory.
Okay.
Peter Parker is known to the world now.
Yep.
Because Peter Parker is not going to... He's going to be Spider-Man.
Yes.
But they're going to pull in a kid to be Miles.
Yes.
And he's going to be Spider-Man, and they're going to fake Peter's death.
I don't think they're fake it. I think they might actually do it. But it's not going to be for another, like, like 3 or 4 movies
at
least.
But
at least.
I think that's the way that they're gonna go.
Here's my thing. Even going on that, so even if that's 100% true, which of course all hypothetical, but let's even say that 100% true. Even with that, you're still doing Spider-Man a disservice.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting everything. Like
Right.
You're not getting fucking goddamn
but
everything.
You also have to keep in mind too, Sony has a lot to say in this.
I know.
And that's the biggest problem.
The problem is they don't even have a lot to say. They just have a lot of times to be able to say no.
Right.
To
Did you see their thing though?
What thing?
That Sony's
Probably,
agreement that
help
if Far From Home reaches $1 billion worldwide, that they'll give complete creative control to Marvel.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
If Far From Home reaches $1 billion worldwide, Sony is not giving them the character back.
No, but
they're giving them
rights.
full creative rights and creative control for what happens here on out. Tom Holland and the character Spider-Man will never be used in a Sony movie until they come to a different agreement, which would say, well, this movie has to reach so-and-so till we get it back.
Interesting.
But if it doesn't reach $1 billion, they're keeping it the way they are, but they're also taking Spider-Man then and putting him in other things.
Well, so that's the other thing with Sony in general. Like, Sony's just going to keep doing Spider-Man no matter what, even until they bury it into the ground.
Yep. Especially
just purely because it makes so much money.
Yeah,
it
and
makes
they
so
have
much money.
Venom and Morbius coming out now.
Yep.
And
then plus, I mean, even the end of the Venom movie, they're going to go do Carnage.
Yep.
And that could start a whole thing, especially they got Woody Harrelson, which is big.
And like, Black Cat and Silver Sable.
I want that.
Black and Silver.
I don't know.
Well, that's what they're doing.
I hope.
It's on the slate.
Yes. And I'm not disagreeing with you. You're 100% accurate in what you're saying. I hope that is what they do.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it, but saying and doing is a big...
All right, so here's a question for you.
All right.
If we do get a Black Cat Silver Sable movie...
Yes.
Do you want Silver Sable to be old, or do you want her to be young? Because there's an iteration of Silver Sable where she's young.
Yes.
Most of the time, she's older. So do you want to see her kick ass, or do you want to see her be the head of a company? Of a security agency.
You know what I almost want? I'm going to answer your question with yes. What I want is I want a this is a very bad example, but just to streamline it. Like the terrible new trailer for Terminator?
Yeah.
I want her to be Sarah Connor.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So older, but is still like kicking ass and not even like phased by like
See, here's what I want. I want Sable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want Silver Sable. I want the head of Sable to be like a Russian old lady Nick Fury.
I hear what you're saying.
Who then has an assassin that works for her going by Silver Sable.
Speaking of Fury, just really quick, did you hear he's only scheduled for 3 more movies?
Only? Dude, he still has 3 more movies.
I know.
That's what I'm surprised about. I'm surprised he still has 3 more movies.
I can't believe that. That actually surprises me, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, his contract technically was up in Age of Ultron, and then he renewed it again.
Yeah.
So, he could just keep renewing it forever.
And, dude, like, plus base... Well, no, I don't think they're doing that. I think they are going to write off Nick Fury eventually, because, like, especially the minute they showed the post-credit scene of Far From Home, I was like, oh, that's what they're going to do now. Like, he's just going to be the head of that, and then they're never going to have to show him
Okay, so
again.
what do you think that is, by the way?
What do I think that post-credit scene is?
What do you think he's doing up there?
I think he is managing the Skrulls.
Yeah, but what do you think they're building?
Oh, that's a whole different... I've tried brainstorming about that 15 times. I don't know.
I think he knows about Galactus.
I don't know.
Or...
Here's
my other theory.
That's really big.
And my other theory is one that nobody's talked about at all whatsoever yet. I think he knows about Kang.
Okay.
Because what would you do in a big ship in the sky with Skrulls who have crazy technology and shape-shifting stuff, who deals with a time-traveling crazy guy?
My biggest thing
Especially because the Russo brothers came out and said, we have not seen the last of Chris Evans.
Yeah. Well, I was even just going to say, too, like, we're going to be getting the space god era of Marvel over time. The minute they said Adam Warlock was like, whoa, we're getting into galactic fucking territory of bad guys.
Yes.
And, I mean, we even got, like, obviously we got Thanos. And I hope, like, another thing which would be really cool. It's not really, like... I wouldn't consider this a very popular comic, but it is definitely known without, like, the Marvel comic history. One thing that I would really love, too, if they do introduce Fantastic Four, and we do get Silver Surfer, that would be the best time to actually bring back Thanos. Not having to be a major key player, but just bring him back so then even later down the road they could have him be like a villain again or something. Because there's an amazing Silver Surfer series that is literally titled The Return of Thanos.
Right.
It's really fucking good. Like, it's just one that I love, and I think that that'd be a great way to bring back, or at least be able to almost pay direct homage to a comic series and have it run that way. But they kind of do whatever the fuck they want. But listen, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, they are prepping for something really big. Really big.
So, here's my other thought.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes into Kang.
Yep.
Say...
Well, because they almost need Kang to set up Doom.
Right.
Almost.
But say Kang the Conqueror this time is not somebody who comes and deals with time.
Oh, but that's already fucked up. But okay.
Say he comes in and deals with the multiverse.
If it even exists.
If it even exists.
Which they kind of hinted at in Endgame and then made a joke about in Homecoming, kind of, or not Homecoming, in
Far From Home,
and then slapped you in the face with it.
Right. But let's just say,
hypothetically, okay,
that this Kang guy for MCU shows up.
Yep.
But he's not from an alternate timeline.
Okay.
He's from an alternate universe.
Okay.
And he is what brings us the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Because you know damn well they're not starting over with X-Men. We're going to get them as they are.
No. They're starting over.
I don't know.
They're definitely starting
they're
over.
going to start with a new cast.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think we're going to get them from
We're not
the
getting an origin story.
Yeah.
No,
we're getting... It's just going to be, hey, mutants are a thing now.
Yes. Oh,
and
yeah.
I think this whole next phase is going to be Kang showing up, fucking everything up, and combining universes. Fantastic Four are going to come from one place, and they're going to bring Galactus.
Bro, do you want to know the best thing they could do if big... I mean, like, the Lord... Jeremy, this is always our fucking problem. We hypothesize 36 better ideas that Marvel should do, and they're not going to do it. Do you want to know the best... I'm gonna lead into your idea and press on it even more. Okay. Do you want to know the best thing they could do with Kang? Like, going into your exact idea? You do Kang, and then he jumps in from a different universe, and then because he jumped, there leaves like an external wormhole or some shit, and then other people go to follow him to then, so he's fucking up the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, everyone's trying to fight him, they're getting all fucked up. There leaves like a rift in the wormhole, it keeps cutting back to it, random scenes, then eventually it rips open again. But what you also don't think about when it's happening is it's also, the multiverse is also in a different time where that multiverse is at, and we get the full fucking 90s X-Men cast. So you get every fucking X-Men in old school 90s, fucking like Jean Grey when she had her fucking headband and doing the telepathy shit. You have fucking like Gambit in his fucking old school like purple and fucking blue thing, but then with the trench coat on top.
Cyclops
and the fucking...
big
Yes, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yes, like that's the shit. That's 100% what would be like, oh my fucking god. But you also have to think at the same time, that movie would have to be insane. They'd have to do it in an Avengers movie.
Oh, yeah,
you couldn't do that in like a fucking throwaway movie. Like, that would have to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, too, is, like, even if they set up Kang, they'd almost have to set up him in like a fucking post-credits movie beforehand or something.
Well...
And even more so, we'd have to get officially, like... We almost... You know what's so funny? After Civil War, we almost had a pseudo-new Avengers cast. But then we really didn't. And they didn't...
Yeah, but now we do.
Now we kind of do. But we need to see them in one big shot officially. You know what I mean? Like, we need them in a fucking group, in one room, literally having that, because Marvel jerks off to that, like, and then they're all fucking saying they're doing that thing. It's in every fucking, like, big one. So that's what they need. They need that, they need that fucking thing, and then that's going to be, like, the thing that sells it for me. But I need that, and then cut to a post-credit scene of Kang jumping out of a fucking wormhole, or a time. But I will say this, by the way. I totally do agree with what you're saying, but it should be time. It should be time even more, jumping on what I said, which sounds shitty. Jumping on what I said even more, it should be time, so the time rift still is there, and then we get 90s X-Men. That would be fucking dope. That'd be so fucking dope.
I also think that we're going to see Kang Because I'm almost certain it's Kang. That's my thought.
No, I
think
agree
he's
with
gonna
you.
show up at the end of Guardians.
Well, I think because here's the thing. I think Kang is going to be a good villain, but he's going to be a pseudo villain to prep for Doom. Because in comic wise, you have Kang so much built into at least the starting of Doom.
And then
Doom better be the big fucking player for at least a good portion.
Right.
He fucking better be.
And then Doom is going to set us up for Galactus.
Doom hopefully sets us up for Fantastic Four, which then also sets us up for Galactus.
Well, absolutely.
Hopefully.
Here's my biggest thing that I'm worried about with Marvel.
The fact that it's Marvel. No, I'm joking.
We get X-Men.
Yes.
Now what?
Hypothetically, yeah.
Now what?
Well, there's a lot they could do.
The X-Men movies already happened. We've done Dark Phoenix now twice.
But
we've done
not one's good. I want a good.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true.
But and also too though. But here's another major. Here's the other fucking huge problem that Dark Phoenix has had. Just since you brought that up, Dark Phoenix. The biggest problem is the Phoenix Saga. Not even Dark Phoenix. The Phoenix Saga was over 60 issues in the comics. This is not a story that was told...
telling one movie.
Exactly. This is not a story that you can just spring up and go, well, this is what the fuck's happening. No. It's supposed to be something that Jean is... of course, the Phoenix event happens, and that is major.
Right.
But then it should be taken very delicately over time. This should not be a thing that's rushed in one movie. And especially... The other thing is, too, like, the first series of X-Men movies almost hit the beat. Because we did have Jean just doing psychic powers for a couple movies and then get hit with the Phoenix. But, I mean, they went their own complete vomit and fueled way with X3. But,
yeah, and then Days of Future Past happened and they all come back.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden those movies connect to each other.
Oh, God. The way they try to do stuff just hurts my brain.
My point is, we've seen Phoenix.
Yes.
We've seen Apocalypse.
Yeah.
We've seen Magneto.
I want all those things, though, to be good.
Right.
Because we haven't gotten a good one.
But they're not going to do them out of the gate.
No, I don't.
Just like they didn't
agree.
do Spider-Man. I mean, they're going to have Magneto. He has to be there.
Yes.
But what are they going to...
I mean, X-Men, here's the good news about X-Men.
Are we going to do Arcade? Are we going to do MODOK? Like...
Yep. I'm actually very glad you said that. Those were the two big ones I was thinking. The other one I was thinking they could do seriously, because we got it a little bit, but I'm talking the whole movie be fully centered around it, is Sentinels.
Oh, well, yeah.
We could get a very good Sentinels-based movie.
Yeah.
And actually have it, like... And the other thing that could do very well with the whole theme of X-Men, that especially starting a new series with X-Men, that would really hit home and kind of hit everything, is especially with the Sentinels, have the main director still kind of be like a piece of shit against mutants and have that kind of like racism or mutantism or whatever the fuck against mutants, and have it be that social commentary, and that would be really good. Like that's the one thing that I want X-Men to do that they haven't done yet. Like they did a little bit. Like the original trilogies of stuff they hinted on really well. Like, I mean, a lot of people rag on like the first. I'm only saying this one more time. We're not going to riff about. But the only thing I will say about like the original Spider-Man trilogy and especially X-Men is they do pull a lot of stuff from the comics. It's just the way they hit the mark on some stuff is bad. Like they do social commentary, and they even talk about how, man, if mutants had the ability to conform, would they? And then like I'm supposed to cheer when Rogue, who's supposed to be celebrating that she's a mutant, by the end of it take the thing, and then now she's a fucking normal person. I was like, fuck that. In my brain, I was like, fuck that. They should have taught you to be proud of who you are, not to repress what you were born with, but whatever. I mean, they wrote it in a way that they tried to get that wasn't the message they were delivering, but in my brain, I was like, that's all that was screaming at me. But yeah, I think that would be a really good social commentary, and as long as Marvel, not fucking Fox or whatever the fuck, if Marvel were to really lean into it and kind of really press the borders on social commentary, and I think they've done that with a couple movies sprinkled in, but I'm talking really fucking like hammer that shit in with X-Men, that could turn that fucking series into phenomenal. Like that would jump everybody in like fucking minute one. I'm sorry, you were gonna say something.
Well, as we were talking about this, I realized something. Mm-hmm. And I might be forgetting it.
By all means.
But we haven't seen AIM yet.
Who?
AIM.
No, we have not.
Okay.
You're correct. Unless it's, and you would know this more than I, unless it was like some throwaway thing in like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, which I don't think it was.
No.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't know. I didn't see the last couple of seasons as Agents.
They're going very, I haven't watched it either, but they're going.
Well, I know Coulson died, now he's back.
Now he's back.
But I don't
gonna get
think
deleted again or some shit.
I don't think Aim's in the MCU, but
or at least not confirmed in it.
I almost think I saw something in
that was like talking about it.
Yeah, because bringing us Aim would give us like Baron Strucker and MODOK and
that's what I'm saying.
All that, but
100%.
I don't remember. I thought.
You know, it'd also be a really good villain. Like,
okay, Aim is in Iron Man 3. That's what they called it. Advanced Idea Mechanics. Aim was in, but Aim was just the extremist.
I know.
So we haven't seen
the proper thing.
Right. We haven't seen Aim yet.
See, this is the give and take that I have with the MCU. They do different stuff, and that's cool. But then you take pivotal characters that can introduce other characters, and you just give them throwaway roles, and it, in my opinion, it hurts. Like, one of the other really big things is, like, and I'm sorry, and, like, some people rag on me for this, but I'm just being real. The fucking Mandarin, such a waste.
Well,
you introduce a character to pawn him off, and now, because we don't have an official Mandarin, we're not getting Fing Fang Foom.
Well,
I know.
Supposedly,
yes,
Mandarin might show up in this Shang-Chi movie.
Yes.
Which will also introduce the 10 rings.
Yes.
And if they do the 10 rings correctly, that could be a whole arc.
Big keyword. Correctly.
Yeah, correctly.
If, I 100% agree with you, if they do it correctly, we could see some amazing shit. But it's very, it fucking scares me, man. It scares me to my core, because they're running well. MCU's running well. But man, I mean, like, God, if they could just capture, and I know this sounds like impossible, but if they could just capture that endgame magic and just keep sprinkling it throughout. And I feel like they're not. Like, on the Avengers movies, like, man, they put fucking every facet of everything. And I feel like 100% of the work isn't there with the other stuff. And it shows. And like I said, maybe it shows more predominantly because I did just see Endgame, and then we got thrown with Spider-Man, which is, like, the epilogue. I mean, like, I don't even like that they said that either. That upsets me. They even said that of, like...
It's the same way how...
Far From Home is an epilogue of fucking whatever. I'm like, okay, but why? Just because you showed Tony Stark in 15 scenes on a wall? Like, that doesn't describe to me what Endgame is.
It's the epilogue because it's transitioning from Tony Stark being the face of the MCU to Peter Parker being the face of the MCU. It's just like how Iron Man 3 was technically part epilogue to the Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's those epilogue movies, when they do title them that way, they never hit the mark with me.
I'll tell you what, I'm still pissed off, though, that we already had Ultron. Looking back on it, I'm still pissed.
Are you kidding? I'm pissed off we got an Iron Man 3 and got the worst Armor Wars, quote-unquote, of all time. Like, that is garbage compared to actual Armor Wars. Like, oh my god. I'm not worried about Ultron, because Ultron could definitely come back.
Yeah, he could.
He could.
They could have done it a lot better.
I definitely agree. Should Ultron have been some weird, snarky dude? No. That's not what I thought.
Did they pick the best actor for him, though?
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I just think the direction that he chose to go with it and the MCU was like, yeah, do that. That, in my opinion, was a bad choice.
Yeah.
I think he should have just been this ominous, threatening, way cold, just cold, callous... Which we got, which I will say this, we did get a little bit of in that movie. Like, a couple of the scenes I did love, like one scene I love that I think not a lot of people talk about is when he's being upgraded and you don't realize it, and he literally rips his old self in half in the middle of just doing like a dialogue. I thought that was so fucking cool. Like, just like watching that, I was like, oh shit. Because like, Avengers 2 was so hit or miss with me. Like, some scenes were amazing and I could watch them so many times, and some scenes were just like, whatever.
And then Quicksilver died and was dead.
You know what upset me so much? And Quicksilver really did kind of surprise me a little bit, because I almost thought they were going to do it with Scarlet Witch, was the best throwaway line, which I found out was like an unscripted line, was Hawkeye, like after Quicksilver and Hawkeye have been doing this back and forth thing, and then Quicksilver runs off, and Hawkeye's like, "No one would know," and he draws the bow. That's a throwaway line that wasn't scripted, and they kept it because it was so funny. But in the back of my mind, I was like, "Damn!" Like he said that, and that's really funny. And you fucking do kill him, like, and then no one knows. I'm like, that's fucking savage, man. Like, goddamn. But yeah. But I'm sorry. I feel like you were gonna bring something up.
Well, I just had a complete like brainstorm moment.
Go for it.
What if Ultron somehow comes back? Okay.
Just pause really quick. This is, again, the third time I've said this, but this is the thing where we expand it too much and make it too awesome. Yep. And then it's your fucking fault why I go to the movies. And then I'm like, I wanted this to happen, and it doesn't happen.
What if Ultron somehow comes back?
I love you and hate you, Jeremy.
Ultron has some grand scheme.
Cool.
And is the one that brings the Sentinels.
Ooh. Or, like, upgrades the Sentinels. That'd be cool.
Because the MCU is known for doing shit like that.
Absolutely. Dude, listen, man. All I want in a perfect world... Because what phase are we going into? 4? Here's what I want when I'm 40 years old. I want phase 5 and 6 to just be the dopest comic book official crossovers. That's what I want for phase 5 and 6. I want them to literally be like, what's a villain we haven't picked in a while? Ultron, cool. What's a group that hasn't had a movie in like a year? X-Men? Dope. How are we going to make it work? Fuck, we haven't put Sentinels in, we'll say our pseudo-hypothetical idea was real. So, Sentinels were in the first movie. We haven't seen them for like 3 movies now. Why doesn't Ultron upgrade the Sentinels and have them be more sentient than even they grab a fucking Infinity Stone or something? Fucking dope. Or they grab the fucking Mind Stone and then at the end the plot twist is they make like a pseudo-fucking fake Ultron Vision and then he fights the fuck. Like, fuck, I want comic book shit of, like, stuff that they just do their own stuff completely, but we have a lot of Marvel tie-ins that don't normally, that's what I want.
I'm just excited now that we have so many characters that we can just have all these team-ups that
we do have a universe.
Yeah, we do.
We 100% have a universe, and that's the thing, like, and that's where I want to get it, like I was saying before, like, I bash Spider-Man in particular because it really hits home for me, but, like, the thing about it is I love the MCU. I'm so thankful that the MCU is building an actual universe that people are getting into, including myself. Even being a comic book fan and having criticisms, it's still something I could get behind and love it. But as a counterpoint, it's just the times they decide to deviate or the times they're like, oh, why don't we just do this and just make them a throwaway or do, like, it's just like you said, Ultron almost felt like a throwaway of just one movie.
Right.
And that's infuriating because these are characters that you should keep seeing. I mean,
that's the problem in the MCU. They keep killing the enemies.
Yes.
Now,
I agree.
The first time that we've seen an enemy, or the 2 times that I can think of that we've seen an enemy not actually die, are Vulture and the Skrulls.
Yes.
Now,
but the Skrulls, still so far, the Skrulls aren't villains.
Not yet. But Super Skrull's not there yet.
Which needs Fantastic Four.
Yes.
And,
which is that's why I think what he's doing up there is going to lead to Fantastic Four.
And all I'm saying is, and I said this the minute the Skrulls got introduced in Captain Marvel, and I don't think it's going to ever happen. And this might sound so fucked up to say it, but I'm serious. I seriously don't think this will ever happen. If it does, I will eat my own words on this. I would love a Secret Skrulls fucking movie. Because those comics were amazing.
Yeah,
you were getting the whole Avengers cast of everything, and at every page, you did not know who's going to portray someone and end up being a Skrull. Yeah. That was the best thriller comic shit that they put out in decades. It was so good. Every comic was a plot twist. Everyone got you going. You know what the fuck was happening. It was so good. And the movie, the movie would have to just do the Watchmen treatment. What does it say on the page? We're putting that in the movie. That's it. And it would be one of the best fucking movies.
Well, they'd have to move it around a little bit because there are characters in that
are very different.
Don't exist.
And plus X-Men. X-Men's a big portion of the Secret Skrulls and shit. But
I mean, that literally could be how Phase 6 ends.
Like I said, man, that's all the fuck. God damn it. Like, it sounds so terrible to say it this way, and I'm so sorry, but, like, I look at this next phase, and I'm like, this is a phase I'm going to have to get through. And it's so shitty to say. I don't want to say it that way, but I'm serious.
But see, that's why I'm excited for tomorrow. Because although right now it's a phase that I have to get through, it's a phase...
There could be a lot of stuff
I have no
in
idea
play.
what's happening.
Yes, there could be a lot of stuff in play.
Like, in the beginning, it was Iron Man. Oh, that's cool. All right, well, now it's Captain America. Oh, that's neat. Now it's Thor. That's cool.
Yep.
And then it just kept building. And then we were like, oh, shit, there's like a big enemy in like the Avengers and like Thanos. Now we're back at that beginning.
Yes.
It's like, we have characters now. Where are they going?
Yes. No, I totally agree. And that's the other thing, too, of like, I just can't. First of all, they have to. I'm sorry, they have to do Doom eventually. They have to do Doom, and Doom has to kill it. Doom has to be so good. In most, like, people don't realize this. In most comics, Doom isn't just a good villain against the Fantastic Four. Doom is a good villain against the fucking Avengers.
Doom's a good villain all around.
Doom owns a fucking land and obliterates the Avengers by himself on most occasions. Like, the fuck? Like, what? Like, oh, God, I mean, they could do so much
Look at
good.
the way they introduced Wakanda. It's a country, nobody knew about it, nobody cared about it. There's...
What is it again? It's not Latveria, is it? It's something else. Why can't I think of it? Fuck. I'm gonna Google it. It's gonna...
I think it's Latveria.
No, I'm 99% sure I'm wrong with that. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick, because it's literally gonna hurt my fucking soul.
No, I think it's Latveria.
Hold on. Fuck, it is Latveria!
Yeah, alright.
God damn it! Yeah,
But,
there's a fictional
so
nation appearing in the comic book. Fuck!
So picture us getting Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And some movies work towards Doom.
Yes.
The other...
Or give it the Thanos treatment, a lot of post-credit scenes work toward Doom.
But only some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Say the other
Sprinkle
ones...
a little bit.
Say the other ones point towards Mandarin.
Okay.
And the Ten Rings.
Yep.
And picture the end of Phase 5...
Doom gets the 10 rings.
Being the Masters of Evil.
Oh,
run by
dude.
Mandarin and Doom. And you get, like, Enchantress and shit to show up. Who brings Loki back from the dead.
Loki's coming back way before then.
I don't know about that.
They're bringing Loki back in the... I'm calling it right now. The show that Marvel's doing is going to be like that whole what-if story that they did in Endgame, that alternate timeline where Loki gets the cube and then dips off the Tesseract. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if that's canon, by the way. But that's my personal opinion. But by the end of it, I think they're going to somehow bleed it back into the original timeline and have Loki either come back or set something up where all they have to do is find the Tesseract or do some bullshit to then bring Loki back. That's my personal opinion. Yet again, could be very wrong, but that's just my take on it. But yeah, dude, I just want that's just all I want, man. I just want them to keep going, and I just every like 2 to 3 movies keep giving us more Marvel introduction of stuff, but I do want the end game. I want every heavy hitter to have a good movie, a good franchise built, and just run it and just keep it fucking going. Especially because everybody and their mom is going to keep watching superhero movies.
Yeah.
Because Marvel has literally set the precedent. Like, they've set and made the fucking bar, and no one has come close to it. And they just have to keep running it. And then on a side note, too, I want to see DC do something good. Because DC hasn't done something good, in my opinion.
I would love for later on down the line getting an Avengers versus Justice League movie.
Oh my god.
But the problem
we'll never get it.
The problem is we already don't have Cap and Iron Man.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we already don't have, like, so much. That's the other thing, too, man. Like, I would love... Oh my god. One thing Fox did that I would love for Fox to do more is do total... Especially because they have the Disney shit now, so they can technically take a little bit from Marvel. Like, I want it to actually be a two-way street. Here's would be, like, perfect scenario. So, like I was talking about with MCU, I still want that to be the same. Like, hit Phase 5 or 6 or do that. What I would love for Fox to do, which I think Fox do a really good job with, is do a bunch of what-ifs. Like, I want Fox to be the studio...
Did you hear about the show that they're making?
Which one?
So, there's multiple different Marvel shows coming to Disney+.
Yes.
There's Scarlet Witch and Vision,
yep.
which is obviously a prequel.
Yes.
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
yes.
which is possibly a prequel.
I think Yeah, I think it's going to be like a side story of what was happening before Infinity War.
Right.
But I could be wrong.
And then there's Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then there's a What If TV show.
Okay.
And it's animated, but it's taking, well, what would happen if Mandarin was real? Or what would happen if Rhodey picked up the armor in the first movie?
Huh.
Or what would happen if Loki actually did cut off his hand and die?
God damn it. I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, that's one of the shows that's coming.
God damn it. But, okay, so to lead in that a little bit, though, but I would just love them... I would love Fox to do just a bunch of dope one-shot movies that are comics.
Right.
Like they did Old Man Logan and fucking killed it. That was so good.
Well, New Mutants is still coming out.
Don't even get me started on that movie. Fucking... If it even is still a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because they had to they didn't recast, but they had to reshoot the entire movie. And because all the actors and actresses are so much older, they ended up shooting a totally almost different movie because they got like 3 different rewrites in the process. So, whatever. Listen, if it's still a thriller / horror movie, I'm down. But I just need to see what the fuck the movie is now because everything we've seen on it isn't anything that's in the movie anymore.
Right.
So I just
I haven't seen anything since the trailer that we originally saw.
The
which
horror
is in the
teaser.
movie.
Yeah, exactly. That, and I'm the exact same way. So yeah, I need to see something.
All I know is it supposedly comes out in April.
Yes. So yeah, who the fuck knows, dude? But yeah, that's God, man. Like as a comic book fan, I could not be more excited, but also I don't want to say terrified because it does make it sound too dramatic. I'm so excited, but I'm also honest to God, this at least next wave, I'm not getting my hopes up. Not in a negative way.
I'm just nervous for how much money they're going to keep making.
Yeah.
Because if they stop making money,
they might stop.
Yeah, but
I don't think they're ever gonna stop making money.
Well, Far From Home proved that they can still make money, but like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Shang-Chi, like who's gonna go see Shang-Chi? The Eternals, who's gonna go see? They have to.
Eternals are gonna do big. They're gonna do big star power.
I hope.
Because dude, come on, you
well,
have to.
I was thinking about this the other day. They're running out of big stars.
Oh, they are. Because almost everyone's fucking in the goddamn Marvel Cinematic Universe one way or another.
You know, they already like they need to get like. They could have gotten Johnny Depp, but with everything that was going on with him before, they don't want to use him now.
You know, this is something I will riff on this a little bit. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna bring back Spider-Man for a hot second. This is one thing that I didn't riff about on the podcast episode that I actually want to talk about right now because we're talking about star power. I don't think, and this is just yet again my opinion, the way this Spider-Man is set up, which more proves my point of why I don't like this Spider-Man in the cinematic universe. I understand why he has to be the way because of the cinematic universe, but I don't like Spider-Man for what they're doing to him in particular.
Right.
Strictly because of this, and I'm serious. Like when I really do say think about this for a hot minute. Do you really think this Tom Holland Spider-Man would work very well with Ryan Reynolds Deadpool? Because so many people want it. So many people talk about it all the time. But I'm serious. I think the actors can get along phenomenal. I think some of the comedy will be okay, but I don't think the way how lighthearted teen comedy they write Spider-Man as opposed to how R-rated they make Deadpool.
I think it would be fantastic.
Really?
I do. Because...
Not absolutely fantastic, just fantastic.
No, just fantastic.
Fantastic Four confirmed.
I think Ryan Reynolds is going to come in as Deadpool, and eventually, whenever this happens,
it will eventually happen.
And
they're going to do it just to make so much fucking money.
I think he's going to be a fourth wall dick.
Okay. Oh well, it's Deadpool. He's going to have to be.
But I think that's all it's going to be. I think Peter Parker is going to be. Like,
you mean it's like more going to be a Spider-Man movie and then Deadpool like almost narrates?
No, I think it's going to be. So I think he's going to show up. He's going to be there. He's going to be hanging out. They're going to be doing stuff.
Yep.
And then Tom Holland, Peter Parker, is going to be like, well, all right. So here's where the enemy is. So we need to break in this way and do that, whatever. And you just look, and he's not there anymore. Yeah. Deadpool's gone. Bad guy's already dead, and you just pan to Deadpool and be like, I don't even know why I'm in this fucking movie. That's how I think it's going to go. I don't think they're going to be funny with each other. Yeah. I think Ryan Reynolds is going to be funny, it's going to be a making fun of Tom Holland movie.
It's almost like a one-up.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I definitely get what you're saying.
However, what I really want to see is I would love to see Star-Lord and Deadpool go at it.
Oh.
Dance off between Star-Lord and Deadpool.
Dude, I really think... Like, and I never thought this beforehand, but it's just the way that. See, one positive the cinematic universe gave me, like, I can't wait to see Thor and the Guardians.
Oh yeah.
I think that dynamic's really good. Like, that's the type. Like, that's almost where I want to go. I want them to keep doing stuff like that and fucking run with it. I want that stuff because that's what I think will alleviate both people's minds. And what I mean by that is, like, I feel like there's a big, when you watch superhero movies, yes, there's a couple minuscule things, but the big 50-50 is one of two things. Are you a comic book reader or not? So are you a person that just watches the movies and you're down with the movies and everything's cool, and whether you like it for those series of movies or you don't, because there's still people that love it or hate it,
right,
while watching. And then you have the comic book readers who, okay, this adaptation is exactly like this comic. Does it hit that material? Does it fill the source material well? Are they doing something unique but also pay homage? Like, which categories are getting filled? But when you hit shit like Thor and the Guardians, yeah, technically, has it been a part of the comics? Yes. Is anyone quoting the fucking story it's been in?
No.
Fuck no. And, like, that's the better part. That's the new shit where I go, oh, thank God. It's new. It's refreshing. I don't have to quote a comic. I don't have to focus on whether it's a part of it. And it's good. Like, it's something I'm interested in without pre-reading something interesting. You know what I mean? Like, it got me in because of the movies, not because of the fucking comics. Like, it's almost like you said, like, you get hyped for shit like that almost because of pre-reading stuff or because, that's the big difference. And that's the pulling power I think that the cinematic universe has. It's just whether or not they do that. Whether or not they lean into it, And that's really, I mean, especially the next two phases would definitely decide that. But yeah, like you said, I mean, San Diego Comic-Con, they have a lot. Fuck, man. I hope Marvel does good shit. I hope they just don't sleep on it. The only thing I heard from Marvel so far was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6. Which just looks like fucking... They're just on meth at this point. Like, they're just doing... I swear to God.
And that's why I was so upset that, like, Mockingbird showed up in...
Yeah.
And Absorbing Man showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, these characters could have been used elsewhere. And Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Like, Ghost Rider was in fucking Agent... Now...
I know.
To be fair, Johnny Blaze was not.
Yes.
Johnny Blaze showed up for, like, 6 seconds.
Well, they did the newer...
They did Robbie Reyes.
Yes.
So, Johnny Blaze could still have a Ghost Rider movie.
Yes, he could.
And if we do it right with the right actor...
Yes, Nicolas Cage, again.
Well, see, and then I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if, like, Liam Neeson was Carter Slade?
Oh.
Because people have wanted him in an MCU movie for a while. You get Liam Neeson to play Carter Slade.
Dude, if they were going to give Liam something, I honest to God, oh, man, it's so weird. I'm honestly trying to think of stuff. He'd almost be, this isn't really going to make any sense. I'd almost like him to be one of Warlock's personalities when he splits himself.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be fucking dope. So then when you have, like, because obviously you're going to have, so hypothetically, you have one act, let's not even say Keanu right now. You have one actor playing Adam Warlock, but the whole thing down the road, it's not, and yet again, if they do the dumb thing where they just do it in the first movie, I'm going to get fucking mad. But, down the road, Warlock splits himself, comes back together, but then even sometimes there's, the major two players are two separate entities, being the one that is pure logical, good thought, which isn't technically a good guy, though, either. Like, he fucking like kills people and does bad shit, but just because out of logic, it's like, well, I could kill this one person to save 1,000 people, or let 1,000 people die, so he'll just fucking blow the fucking dude up, and then people are like, whoa, morality. And then there's the evil Warlock. And then sometimes...
whoever.
Exactly. So, I think something great would be like, if they did do the split, and then, you see a character like Liam or somebody jump in with something like that. I think that would be fucking cool. Another, I mean, you get somebody else, and they could easily still put him in something, and I know they did it just purely to be really, 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 really fucking funny. But one thing I got really upset over is they technically already wasted Brad Pitt in the Deadpool movie. He was the Invisible Man. He gets fucking shocked at the end, remember? And you see him for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You see him for like 10 seconds, and I was like, damn.
Well, same with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon was wasted too in Thor Ragnarok.
So, but I will say this: the one person, whenever he does decide to do it, that I think will rupture. Like, I don't know what the fuck character he would play. Maybe he does do Warlock. Maybe he does Doom. But one character that I think would just or one actor that I think will completely blow fucking people's mind. If I call it now, I'll be so fucking happy. Would be fucking DiCaprio. If we get DiCaprio in fucking cinematic universe, dude, whatever the fuck he is doing, you better fucking grip your fucking ass and get ready for the fuck. Dude, if he's Doom, bruh, like, holy fuck. Because you have to think, who the fuck would they put as Doom?
You know who DiCaprio would wind up being? He'd be Osborn.
No! Don't do that to me.
That's who
no,
they would
no,
put
no,
him as.
No, I'm saying this right now, and I'm serious about this. I don't want to go back into Spider-Man, but I'm being serious. The way they've already fucked up Spider-Man, I don't even want to hear Osborn.
That's how they would do it,
though. No. You're wrong.
Okay.
You're fucking wrong, Jeremy. You're wrong. He could do it. But you're wrong. You're wrong about it.
You know who?
They should do Defoe again. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying that fucking right now. Especially because, oh my god, especially if you're already pulling old Spider-Man actors. You fucking pull Defoe in. Oh my god! I didn't even think about this until right now. How fucking jaw-dropping would it be? This is phenomenal. I'm calling this now. I'm a fucking genius. Fuck that. You get Defoe in as fucking Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect. You have someone who's flying around the whole time, glider, and in the back of your mind, you're like, well, who could it be? And it's perfect because it's someone that the audience can go, oh my god! But then at the same time, Spider-Man go like, I don't even fucking know you, but like, you're just a dude who, why are you doing this? But the fans get in so fucking quick, and then you put him in fucking Sinister Six. Fuck, man, that'd be so good! Oh my god, and then you could still dodge the Osborn shit. It'd be fucking perfect. Fuck.
Do you know who else would be a really good Doom?
I hate that we're doing this.
I know, right?
I hate that we're doing this.
Do you know who else would be a really good Doom?
By all means.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I do agree with you, but I'd more want Joaquin to do something like way... I'd almost more want him to be like fucking Kang. I think he could almost do a crazier Kang, because Kang, I feel like, has more of a personality. Like, Doom is just way more authoritative and, like, straight. And don't get me wrong, Walking has proved that he can do that before in, like in Gladiator and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have seen that before. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like for Doom, they're gonna have to get the biggest, like, they're gonna have to get the biggest, like, name, because 90% of the time he's hidden behind a mask.
Right.
So they're gonna have to get, like, huge fucking, like, the name is gonna have to just fucking embed.
And they should
in
just
your
not
head.
even tell us who it is.
No, completely. I think the first time we get introduced with him should be before he dons the mask.
Yeah.
We get him in the series, like, we get him in the universe, and then you're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck is this dude even here? And then, bang. But that's the other thing, too, and that's one thing I hate. Like, that's another huge thing. Like, I get so frustrated that we already hear before the movies come out who the villain's gonna be.
Yeah.
I already hate that. Like, one thing I would have loved in Far From Home was, like, if we didn't even know Jake Gyllenhaal was gonna be Mysterio. I would have loved that. If we just heard Jake Gyllenhaal, and then everybody would have been like, oh my god, who's he gonna play? Like, Rhino, Scorpion, fucking, like, anybody. Like, who the fuck? I mean, we already got Scorpion, but you know what I mean. Like, just going through the roster of, like,
and Scorpion's like a no-name actor.
Yeah, like, who the fuck could he be? Like, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, man. And especially since of how good Gyllenhaal did with Mysterio, that's another thing about the Osborns. Like, you'd have to get... Yeah, you literally would have to get, like... Walking would be a great Osborn.
Yeah, it's true, because he could...
Walking would be an amazing Osborn.
Yeah, because he could pull off...
You get that parallel shit, you get that psychotic shit, but then you get the Stern can run it. That would be really good.
Yeah, that would be
He's
cool.
amazing at being multidimensional like that. That would be fucking killer. That would be really good.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be a big fan with. But, and this, I said this in the pseudo podcast, but the whole thing that I harp on with it is, you can't do Osborns now because you already fucked up the Osborns so much. The biggest thing is Peter's supposed to be lifelong friends with Harry, and Harry doesn't exist.
Right.
And you already lose out on the biggest piece of the conflict. You know?
Well, they could pull a thing, and Harry... What if Harry died?
Yeah.
What if Harry's been dead already?
That's bullshit, though, too. That's bullshit even more so because of how bad they already treated Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, please. I'm
you...
not fucking with you. You gotta watch the episode.
Oh well. Did you see the Uncle Ben like cameo in Far From Home?
I don't think so.
On the suitcase.
Yes.
It was his initials.
Yes. And don't even get me started on that, because that's another disservice, because the fucking suitcase gets blown up in the explosion.
Yeah.
And Peter says not one fucking word about it. Like, one last memento from Ben, and not even literally the end they almost joke about it. Literally, May's like, "Oh, do you have your suitcase?" And he's like, "No, it got blown up." And she's like, "Oh, okay." Not even for a second they go like, "Oh my god, that suitcase. I'm so sorry, Ben." Nothing. Don't please listen to the episode. I do a whole thing. I said that 18 times, so I apologize, but I'm serious, man. Like, I don't fuck with that. Like, it's fuck. Okay, so to shift gears, because we're already at fucking like an hour and 18. Comic-Con did announce one thing, and it's silly for us to talk about, but I think it's the perfect fucking palate cleanser to then be able to wrap it up on. And I heard about this a couple days ago. I heard about this before I actually saw the trailer, which was for Cats.
The
fucking
movie that's gonna give me nightmares.
So here's what's really funny though. When I first heard about it, I saw a bunch of the actors and they were doing like a behind the scenes like interview thing. And when I first heard about it, I thought it was a play.
So did I. I thought they were doing it the way they did like the Rent and Grease.
Yes!
And that's what I thought.
Exactly
I didn't
what
know
I
this
thought
was
too.
a movie.
That's exactly what I thought too. I did not think it was a movie. I thought it was like a TV special type thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So when I saw that, I went, "Oh, cool." And then San Diego Comic-Con, as of today, the fucking 19th, because I'm going to upload this like days later. But on the 19th, we saw a trailer. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like, man, we're getting full cat bodies.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna look the way they did in the play. Like I thought we were gonna get like
even more.
I mean,
they leaned even more of how they look in the play, like way more, because they can CG everything. Like,
yeah, I just yeah.
But I will say this: I don't think it's bad.
No,
I did not watch it and go, "I hate this."
No, I didnn't need it. I could have lived my entire life without it.
You didn't want to see Dame Judi Dench in a big old cat fur. Her fur is so like fat it almost makes like another fur coat.
Nope, didn't need to see Taylor Swift as a cat either. But here we
are. Come on,
are.
Sprinkle in glittery catnip. Come on, you wanna?
No.
You wanna see full weird naked body?
Dude,
cats?
I live with 7 cats. I don't need to watch people be cats. No. Next thing you know, they're gonna fucking make the remember those Animorph books from Scholastic?
Don't even fucking joke.
Make those in the
don't
fucking
even
movies.
Joke with me, Jeremy, about if they made a fucking Animorphs.
Yeah, they're gonna look like those cats.
Oh my god, I'm fucking. Dude, you know what's another thing I was hoping to see at Comic-Con that they didn't talk about? I talked about it for like a teensy hot second with Nelson, but I didn't actually talk about the details. One thing I would fucking love is if they would talk about the new Power Rangers movie that they're talking about working on.
The live action one, or
yeah, because
like
it's all
the sequel to the
other
one.
No, so
okay.
Have you heard about this?
No.
So Hasbro. So here's the crazy thing. So Hasbro officially bought Power Rangers, right? So Hasbro's whole plan, long term, is to make a whole Hasbro toy universe,
right?
Which is Transformers, G.I. Joe,
Power Rangers,
now, all that shit.
Yeah.
And at least they have casted, or at least have been working on the cast of Power Rangers, but it is not the cast from the first movie.
Okay.
Because they interviewed, I can't think of the dude's name, the Red Ranger who's... Fuck, I'm gonna fuck up his name. Is it Bobby in Stranger Things?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck. Anyway, it's the same dude, and they did an interview about, like, hey, like, we heard about the new Power Rangers movie, what's going on? And he goes, I don't know. He's like, they already casted people from what I've heard, and the original cast is not casted.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, they're retelling or just jumping in. Like, they're just going to do a Power Rangers movie and just jump in with them already being Rangers. Like, I don't know if they're going to do another origin story. I will say this, and that I was like 50-50 on. I will say this. I would like a Power Rangers movie that has better Ranger outfits. I wasn't against the outfits that they had in the latest movie, but I definitely was like, there is a lot more to be desired. Because the only difference was the color. I'm like, dude, they don't even have the fucking animals resemble their helmets, like, at all. And that's supposed to be, like, the major pull of it.
Yeah.
That was the one thing where I was like, come on, guys. Like, they changed the visors, but I was like, dude, that was so weak compared to what the fuck they could have done. Speaking
of him, I just saw something on Facebook, and I can't find it, but I thought somebody like fan casted that actor Dacre Montgomery as Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four.
Ooh.
Which I thought would be really cool. Because originally,
that would be interesting.
My whole thing was Zac Efron should be Johnny Storm.
Oh.
My whole thing was
Zac
Efron should be Johnny Storm.
Be so good.
And John Krasinski should be Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Those are my two that I thought would be cool.
Yeah.
Because John Krasinski could be a really good Reed Richards. And Zac Efron would be a fantastic Johnny Storm.
I don't know about Krasinski. I'm iffy on Krasinski.
I think he could pull it off. I don't know if he looks the part.
That's my problem.
But I think he could be the part.
I think Krasinski could be like Super Skrull.
He needs to be a hero.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's a better villain.
Really?
I think he's better dimension. I think sometimes you have to have better actors be the villains, and I think Krasinski can change it more.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I feel like he's a hero type, though.
I don't think he looks it, though, and that's gonna be the killer.
No, that's true.
That's the killer. Because you can put him as a CGI voice and destroy. You know what I mean?
He could be MODOK.
I was gonna joke, even though this wouldn't make sense to the character. But if you're gonna have him be a voice and have it be relative, you could have him be the Thing. But I don't think that's a good. No. That's not a good.
No, since we already have Vin Diesel as Groot, we need to have somebody with like more power.
I was even gonna joke that Vin Diesel should also voice it.
Oh,
because Groot is such a weird voice and they augment it so much.
Yeah.
I think they could have him do that and have it be his voice and have it do really well. Yeah. Also, really quick, another actor I'm shocked hasn't officially gotten in yet. I can't believe it just because of the way movies trend, not because of Marvel, but just because of the way movies trend. I cannot believe they have not gotten Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure they will.
I am shocked, though, that they have not gotten in a movie yet.
Well, he needs to have a part.
I know.
He needs to have
a role to fill.
Yeah, because, look at the Marvel Universe. Dwayne Johnson plays the same character in every movie.
I know.
What is he going to be?
I know. It's true. It's very true.
Because I've even thought about, if they brought back Kingpin, who could be Kingpin? Well, my first thought is Terry Crews could be Kingpin if they go that route. But they already have Wilson Fisk and Daredevil.
Yes.
But doesn't mean they can't
At
bring
this
in
point,
the Kingpin.
the way they canceled shit, I don't believe anything's canon anymore.
Oh,
I know that sounds terrible to say it that way, but I would not be surprised at this point in the game if they ever introduce them again. I'm not saying they won't, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But if they did, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just recast the whole cast. But I don't think they would. That'd be a real disservice to the
actors that did it on
the actors, because I think they did an amazing job.
3 out of 4 of them.
Yes. we all know the odd man out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, Jeremy. We've been riffing, and we even went back to Marvel because we keep talking about goddamn Marvel.
Because we can't stop.
But we really fucking can't. But Jeremy, I'm fucking crazy. Jeremy, next time I have you on, we should catch up. My plan for this podcast was we were gonna catch up about your goddamn life, some fucking music shit going on, and then goddamn we riffed about Marvel the whole time. I'm not complaining, but just goddamn it.
Here's what we'll do. I'll set the precedent for the next episode that I'm on.
No, don't do that, because we almost did that last time. We fucked it up this time. So we're talking about Marvel.
No, I know. I'll set the precedent. I'll make sure that I tell this story first.
Okay.
I had the shittiest show of my life.
Oh, okay.
With music.
And then I have to... Okay, so I'm going to ask you that the first thing.
Yep.
We jump on the next one.
I said that in a very particular reason.
Okay. God damn it.
Just keep that in mind for the next episode.
I will. God damn. All right, well, Jeremy, thank you again for hopping on. I love you to death. This shit's always a blast. Yeah, man, I fucking love when we just get to riff and fucking... Goddamn. I fucking hate it.
That's why you asked me before. You're like, what do you want to talk about? I'm like,
God damn it. I know.
Figure it out.
Well, you and me are so used to that, though. How many podcasts did we used to do where it's like, do you have a plan? Nope.
We're
going to do it.
Let's go.
Yep, let's fucking go. we could block up an hour and a half. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, let's go.
But Jeremy, I know, I'm pretty sure you did this last time, but obviously, you have a lot of shit going on in your goddamn music career. Any websites, things that you should plug at this moment would be great.
Facebook.com/BetterThanNothing, the band.
Yes.
We have a new page now.
And your band is called
Better Than Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a new logo, a new page, new everything. We rebranded since last time.
What's that website one more time?
Facebook.com/BetterThanNothing, the band.
Okay.
Facebook.com/GravityShotBand. That's my side project. We had our first show. Talk about that next time.
Yes.
And my acoustic stuff, which is picking up a lot recently. I had a show last night, actually. It's Facebook.com/JWinterstein
Dope.
You can find Winterstein in the description because I'm not spelling my name.
Good move.
Because last night at the place that I played, they didn't even spell my name.
Dude, don't even worry. Dude, my fucking... I mean, you've seen it all the time, but my fucking streaming setup is Nick Monty because I'm not going to bother typing in a whole fucking last name.
All over the place, on the menu, in the bathroom, on the poster, on the thing that they write on, it all said Winters. They just didn't put my last name. And I'm like, whatever.
That's a cool pseudo-celeb one.
No, that's what I said. It's my stage
Jeremy
name.
Winters.
Jeremy Winters.
All I can think of is your solo acts. Just someone being like, and here with the soft sounds of acoustic melody, Jeremy Winters. And
right,
all you play,
hang on.
All you play is like Simon and Garfunkel.
In the sound of silence.
That's all I'm thinking.
No, the best thing ever, I gotta tell you this quick. So in high school, I had a band.
Okay.
And the band broke up because two of the guys
because you're a
band
in
high school.
You're a band in high school.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
It. Yeah.
Well, the one guy his last name was Boyson. Okay? Mike Boyson.
Please tell me someone said like Boy Scout or something.
Hang on.
Okay.
So him and I wanted to do a duo acoustic thing.
Okay.
And we practiced and we got everything going. And I quit.
Okay.
Because he decided to take naming us and the social media aspect and just do it all his own.
Okay.
He named us the Little Winter Boys. Not even kidding. The Little Winter Boys. Not the Winter Boys. Little Winter Boys. And I was like, fuck you, I quit.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's it. That's how I'm ending this podcast.
God
I'm done now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the last thing I'm saying. That's it.
Oh, god damn it. Thank you, Jeremy. Well, anyway, yeah, you can catch Jeremy on all that stuff. Jeremy, a.k.a. A former member of the Little Winter Boys. You can catch him in all his professional shit doing way better stuff than back when he was in that band.
Yep.
But yeah, on that note, everybody, good evening, good night, and good luck. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.